Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of my Shadowlands leveling guide. So, as you remember from the first part, we're just finishing the Maw and the first part of Oribos, and now we're going into Bastion. I actually think personally that this stuff is pretty cool when you're flying between Oribos and the zones and stuff. Like through the completely like weird blue place. So anyway, here we're getting to the first quest, and right here is also some more RP. Not really a lot you can do to speed this part up. You have to talk to him or her, and you have to walk with her. And I think I actually was, like, for the coming few minutes, I'm a little bit slow because I remember talking to a viewer in my chat, because I mean all of these videos are one long session that I was streaming, so I had some people in my chat I was talking to, but for the most part I'm completely focused on the run. But right here I remember there was a guy I was talking to. And I'm also realizing, and I have to apologize, that the quality is not the highest of the video. Unfortunately, I cannot stream in like completely full 1080p. I think this is like 720 or something. So anyway, that's, I mean, it's like still fine, I believe, but yeah, it could be better. So anyway, this quest, you talk to her, you pick up this anima canister, you have to click on 3 different things to fill the bar on the right side to 100%. And yeah, this is also not really a quest you can do super fast. You just jump between them as fast as possible. And we're back to turn it in. And now on this quest you have to go through all these talking options, and thank God my Azeroth autopilot worked there. Because obviously, since I mentioned in the last video, at some points it's just not working correctly, which is kind of a shame. And there's gonna be one point in like 10 minutes or something where it's not working, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, I don't know if I can somehow fix it, but it's not like a big time loss. But when I'm going world first, I kind of don't want to be slowed down even just a few seconds without those things. By the way, as you can see here, like, you have to click on that extra spell you get when you go into that pool. You always going around this big part, click on all 4 things. But like in that pool, I have a macro which is slash, I think it's like slash click extra action button 1. So it clicks if you get a new ability on your screen somewhere. And that's a very useful macro to have, not just for speed leveling, but for some boss fights in raids and stuff as well. So anyway, you turn in this quest here, this NPC comes down, there's some RP, and then you have to talk to her. And right when I turn this quest into her and take the next one, you're gonna start running. And this is where I'm using gun shoes as well. So yeah, like 10 more seconds and we're off. And there we go. So we turn that in, we gun shoes, and Clea will follow us. And here we get up, like, the NPC stops up here, and you're gonna have to use this macro that I have one more time. And then you go to the next place. So there's a few seconds of RP here, she's gonna walk forward, there's gonna be a little circle on the ground, you have to stand in and click on the extraction button that you can see, click my macro. You don't have to stand there and wait, you can just click on it fast and then start moving instantly. So here you see my first use of the Radin Axe, which is, as I'm writing in my guide on my side as well, probably the most important item of this run. It's gonna save you so much time throughout the entire run. I'm probably using it at least like 40 times, because obviously every item has 3 charges, and I'm sending multiple of them from my alt. So I can pick up new ones all the time. And in this cave, you have to kill 12 mobs. What I'm trying to do is that, like, when I'm waiting for Fell Rush to charge up, I'm killing a few mobs. Here you see a 1 charge, almost 2 again. I'm going down. And there's gonna be a mob down here that you have to kill. So I'm pulling a few mobs to kill together with him to save some time. Unfortunately, I think some of them resets. But I'm still doing this part pretty fast. But yeah, there you see a couple of them resets, unfortunately. So we meta here, kill him fast. And also such a good thing with this PvP talent that reduces the cooldown. Because it also reduces the duration of it by half, but also the cooldown by half. But it's really good because it's pretty rare that you're in a place where you need the full duration of the meta. So while this is a leveling guide, it's also kind of... I'll throw in some Demon Hunter tips as well for all of you who's playing Demon Hunter who's gonna level as well. So you see, I do those quests pretty fast. And on this quest here, you're going to ride these NPCs to next town. But what I've noticed, it goes way faster to to jump off it and use the Radin Axe to go there instead. So that's also a pretty good tip. There's a few places that you can do this, which I really recommend. So you see, I'm pretty much getting all the way to the quest almost. What you're also gonna see through this run is that I'm mounting very rarely. There's probably a few places I could mount to speed up a little bit, but when I'm just walking short distances, it's just way faster to use like double Fell Rush and Vengeful Retreat and potentially meta as well. So on this quest here, you go up and click this thing, and there's gonna spawn 3 waves of mobs. This is completely RNG. There's one wave that you absolutely do not want, which is a group of Scourge mob spawn. Because one of those mobs, I think I'm gonna get it on the next one here. So like, if you get the Scourge pack, yeah, here we go. So this big mob puts a bleed on me. And when you have the bleed on you, and you try to channel the little flame thing after you're done with this pack, it's gonna keep interrupting you. So you see it here. It's just interrupting it. And it's interrupting it again. And I think one more time. So yeah. I'm probably gonna bring a pot. Like a pot that reduces or removes bleeds. I think that's probably gonna be very good here. To say, because that's basically gonna save me like 10 seconds. Because that's the time I had to wait. So that's also a little tip I would recommend. So you see, I'm done with the quests. So now I'm gonna go down here. Using another Radin Axe. So what I would like to do here is go to a mailbox and take out a new one. On launch, I will be able to do it. Because I have the toy, Katie Stamp Whistle, that summons a mailbox. But unfortunately here, I don't have it on the beta for some reason. So that's kind of a shame. So anyway, you take those new quests. And so here is like, you have to click this thing. And then a mob is gonna spawn that you have to kill. So what I'm doing while waiting for him to spawn is I pull a pack of mobs down here. Because I need 25 of the items that drops from these. And I'm putting them down here. And here you see it spawns. So I'm aggroing it. I'm putting it back here. So I'm kind of like doing both things at the same time. And once I kill this big mob, the thing I click to spawn it will be lootable. So I gotta go down there to loot it. So what I'm doing here to save a little bit of time is that I'm going to finish the quest. And then on the way back I loot it. So I have to loot 6 flowers here as well. It's going pretty fast going between them. And I think I forgot that I wasn't done with the quest, because usually I get enough drops from that pack I pull with the NPC. But, so yeah, you can see I'm just running and looting these things. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure I don't forget this on launch. So here I realized that I need more of the things, so I'm doing another pull here. So yeah, that's probably, I would say, maybe a between 20 and 30 second time loss, which is kind of big. In the end, I still get a good time on the entire route, but yeah, on launch, like, since I don't know how long time it's taking for all the other people who's going for World First, I know that I cannot lose any of these little, or do any of these little mistakes. That's gonna probably cost me a lot in the long run. I'm also gonna start mentioning as well, there was a side quest. You can see it on my minimap right now at the right side on the minimap, which gives a quest where I have to talk to a few NPCs in this area and also loot a thing from these mobs I just killed. It's actually really efficient, but I'm not doing it because I'm just gonna end up over leveling if I do it, so I decided to skip it. So anyway, this quest, you click the little thing, you have to go into this room, you have to click on, yeah, as you can see, there's a few things you have to click on and turn it in. You have to talk to this little guy, the little old boy, and you have to click on this thing 5 times. Then you have to click on the vent that's right there. So this quest is a little bit RNG. You want to keep the bar that you see in the middle of the screen in the middle to increase the percentage, and you want to get it to 100%. Sometimes it will start overheating and go up super fast, and you have to open a vent. I think I'm pretty lucky with this run, at least. So that never happens here. But sometimes it's just gonna trigger all the time, and then you might end up... Yeah, here you see it happens, but I get done at the same time, so it doesn't matter. But it can happen before you're done, and then you have to click on the vents to open them, so it goes down, so it stabilizes and stays in the middle. But yeah, it's not really like a big thing. It's a pretty fast quest. You see my playtime, 25 minutes, and I'm almost dinging now. So you're keeping a pretty decent pace here. And the total time, of course, 51 minutes. So here you see one of my other items that gives the same movement speed as the Radinax that I'm using, because I don't have any charges left of the Radinax. And yeah, on this quest, here is where you want the auto talk thing to happen. You see like, you'd save a lot of time here if you just auto talk to them, because you have to talk to 8 of them. You have to kill these 3 mobs, and you see me pulling 2 of them at the same time. Save a bit of time. I just want to pull as much stuff as possible to get done. I pop meta here, and I pop a DPS pot as well. I'm running with the Unbridled Fury here. I'm thinking about probably using the Agility pot instead overall, because that's usually gonna give me more value on AoE packs. But the good thing with this one is that it lasts for 1 minute, so it's gonna help me through multiple packs, which I think can be pretty good. So we'll go pull the last 2 mobs we need, and pull the last mob. And we're gonna be done with this quest in a second. So here on this quest, you are gonna be killed by this guy. You wanna pull him here so you're close to the quest giver, but you unfortunately can't pull him all the way to the quest giver, because if you go out of this zone, he will reset. So I'm just standing close to it, and we get done with that really fast. And here we gun shoes again. We are now gonna go to a little cave that is up here. And I think at this point we're about a third through the zone. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at playing Bastion. I've done this a few times now. So the Ganshoes got us all the way there. On this quest, loot these things. And once again, when we get into the pool, we get an extra action button. So we use the macro again. Sit down and take a little bath. So you go back to her, talk to her, and you go down here. And a way to make this quest faster is that you click on one of the mirrors and you're gonna spawn a mob. You might think you have to kill it, but no, you don't have to. You can just run all the way up to the next mirror and click that one. And then you go to the last one and click that one as well. And all of them will despawn, and it's gonna spawn a final mob that you have to kill. So once again here, we pop meta, we destroy him, and we get ready to turn in the quest. One thing as well that I haven't talked a lot about is these guild banners. I think I've used them 1 or 2 times. But one thing is that since we get to one point in Maldraxxus where we might, or where we will overlevel for a few quests, using the banners here won't really matter, because you're just gonna overlevel sooner. And anyway, on this quest we talk to him, and once again we're gonna be using our macro. I'm spamming it. And here as well we're gonna get our Covenant ability, which is pretty nice. Which is, for Demon Hunters, it's a really big DPS boost. It's gonna be the best one for Mythic Plus, called Elysian Decree. Puts down a little sigil on the ground that explodes and does some AoE damage. So here we're gonna use another one of the big yak. But yeah, I'm gonna talk more about the banners while we're running here. The banners are most important towards the end of the leveling, when we're no longer in the danger of being overleveled. So in the beginning, you don't really have to use them. We're gonna get to one point really soon, where I will mention... and you see here, we're picking up another control gem. And we take this elite quest. I'm actually thinking... I'm probably in future runs probably gonna skip this elite quest to so I don't overlevel as fast, especially also because that will help me get even further ahead in the story faster, while not really losing a lot. So yeah, you see we just blasting everything here, just nuking him down. Probably here we should just gun shoes actually. Oh wait, no, we're gonna use it here. It doesn't really matter too much, because I know that I'm gonna get full use of the gun shoes here. Actually, I remembered. So it doesn't matter too much. So you see we're going all the way in here. I kinda like this place. There's a lot of fast quests here. This is also, by the way, a quest where I would have preferred my add-on to work with the dialogue, because you have to talk to them. Sometimes they spawn mobs that you have to kill, because you basically need to inspire 11 of them. Here I talk to this NPC, by the way, which is for the other quest. We have to go to 3 places and kill stuff. But yes, you see me, as I'm waiting for the mob, for the quest to spawn, I'm just triggering as many of these NPCs as I can. And here the mob spawns. I'm just gonna pull them all together. So these aspirants, by the way, that I'm talking to, 3 things can happen. They can spawn 3 super small mobs, or they can spawn 1 hostile mob, which is a bit tankier, or they can just insta-trigger, like the quest thing. So you see the 3 small mobs spawn, killing them pretty fast. So here we get down to the second part of this quest, where we're gonna talk to the disciple right here, which will trigger some RP to spawn another mob we have to kill. So while we're waiting, we're triggering more of these aspirants. I'm pretty sure we're getting done with the aspirant quest right here. They're gonna spawn some mobs, we're gonna pull them all together. I will kill them together with the other quest mob. And I guess we missed 1 mob there, which is gonna be the last one we need. And now that RP is done, so now we're killing this one. Right here, he's using a Radin axe. Get up here. So on this part of the quest, we don't have to kill anything. We just have to spawn, like, or he's gonna spawn these NPCs we have to click on. I've been thinking if I could make this quest a little bit faster by, like, I don't know, starting with this spot and make him spawn the NPCs, and I will go to another place, to another disciple, and trigger that RP, so I like trigger more RPs at the same time. But I feel like it's still gonna like take so long time to run between the places that I'm probably just gonna chill here while I'm waiting, because I still like think I have to click on the things to trigger the next part of this RP. So I feel like I just have to be here through the entire part of this quest. And here you see my food buff is running out in about 9 minutes. Oh yeah, and we're done with this quest, by the way. So he's running in here. And here is going to be another use of gumshoes to run over to this disciple that is up a little bit far away. But yeah, in a few minutes I'm going to refresh my buff food as well. I'm pretty sure. So he's waiting for this NPC, and he will start moving. So yeah, this quest, pretty slow, standard escort quest. Nothing you can do to speed it up. You also have to stand on top of him for him to move. If you walk away too far, he's gonna stop moving and wait for you. He's gonna spawn a few waves of mobs. Here's gonna be the first one right here on the stair. I think it doesn't really matter how fast you kill the mobs on this quest, because he's still, as you can see here, he's gonna stay and wait and take a chill for a bit before he keeps moving. And he gets his idea that he want to run away from the temple instead of going back to the quest giver. And then he changes his mind. And he starts moving back. So yeah, this is a pretty slow quest. Can't really do anything, as I said, to speed it up. He's gonna spawn another mob wave here in a little bit. And right here. And we're just passing 1 hour playtime. I feel like this pace is pretty good. But like I said, I think I'm gonna be skipping the elite quests that I did a few minutes ago. Because I feel like getting extra XP early is just gonna delay, like, it's not really gonna matter since you're gonna end up overleveling and then all the main story quests are gonna give less XP. So I think that's also like a little bit of a difference from previous expansions. Because in previous expansions, generally you want to turn in quests before you start the expansion leveling. You just want to have like 20 quests ready to turn in. But yeah, you can't really do that here, because then you just kind of overlevel instantly and you just end up getting like 10 to 20% reduced XP from the quests for a long time. So anyway, after I escorted this guy, turn the quest in, wait for them to move over here, talk to this guy, and we're doing a little ritual, and he's gonna spawn some mobs that we have to kill. Can't really speed up this quest either. However, the next part of the quest triggers once you kill the mobs, so killing them ASAP here is pretty important. So using this Elysian Decree here. I actually really like that Covenant ability. It does so much damage, easy to use, really good for Mythic Plus and stuff. So I think it's meta, yeah. And now we're just about to get to the next quest, where it's just a shitload of big pulls and big DPS, which I kinda like. So now talk to this NPC here, and then you talk to her, and then you move to the next place, or you move out of this house and start questing. And in this place, by the way, is kind of a decent place to put down a banner, because I'm gonna pick this quest up now in about just a few seconds, where you have to kill 3 of these elite mobs. You use your you get an extra spell to weaken them, and these mobs actually give like 4.4k XP. So with the 15% guild banner, you're getting over 5k XP from them, which is about half of one quest. I've been thinking about in this place if you can somehow just like cheese everything and stay in this place and level here the entire way up to max level. But I still think that the mobs will get like under level compared to you, and you're, you know, after a while you just end up not getting too much XP. So I don't think that's the way to go. But here you can see I've put the banner down, and now I kill this. You see 5.1k XP, which is pretty good. This is a pretty big chunk of XP for one mob. And what I'm also making sure here is that I put down the banner in a place so that all these 3 mobs that I'm gonna kill will be in range of it. As you see, I'm still in the range. So in a moment I'm gonna start moving to the 3rd and last mob. Which is right there. But yeah, like these kind of quests where you just do big pull after big pull, they're really good. Here I decided to pop the DPS pot for the last part. I should have popped it a little bit earlier for the start of the big pulls, but it doesn't really matter too much because I'm still gonna have to kill a few mobs on the way. Because now you get the last quest here where you have to loot a few of these scrolls that you can see on the ground or hovering above the ground. And somehow, I don't know what really happens here. I get feared. That's my bad, I didn't interrupt it. But as you could see, I put down my Elysian Decree. But I got feared before it got triggered. And for some reason, it didn't go off. So that's kind of weird. So you see, we have 4 out of 6, we're almost done. And the last one is right here. And we're gonna go up here and we're gonna shadow meld. And you see that our food buff ran out, but I think I'm gonna be refreshing it up here. So here you just want to move fast, but you don't have to move too fast because you still have to wait for this NPC to that you're gonna turn it in or talk to. Who's gonna land here? You can see I'm refreshing my food buff now, which is really good. I'm not losing any time. Here the NPC comes, and we got the new food buff, got a new flask, and I will talk to him. So what this quest is about is you fly up, and you have to. You're gonna get a new spell that you throw on these big bells up in the air. But one issue that happens, that it's happened to me almost like every other run, is that once you're supposed to get the spell on your bar, you don't get it, and it basically bugs, so you cannot do the quest. And what you have to do then is you have to exit the vehicle and talk to him again to fly up again. It kind of sucks when it happens, but at least I'm lucky that this run it did not happen. Because now you're gonna see I'm gonna fly up to the bell and I'm gonna get the spell so I can use it. So here you see I'm getting it. And I think I just wrote played a few seconds ago. You could see it was about 16 minutes and we're about halfway down with this level. No, sorry, we're almost dinging even. Which is pretty good. So we're keeping a good pace here as well. There's of course a few places in this zone that I could have done a bit faster. And this is why I'm gonna keep practicing, make sure I play everything just flawlessly. Because since I'm playing solo, it's gonna be so important that I play everything so good. So I can compete with these people who's doing it in groups. And I'm really hoping my understanding of the leveling in this expansion can pay off, that I can actually get first. Anyway, here you see I'm using the last hammer, and we're gonna land in a little bit. So this mob, I don't even know if I meta, because this mob just dies so fast. As you can see, I just did Elysian Decree, I-Beam, and Blade Dance, and it's just dead. So also now, when I get the next quest here, I'm gonna fly with this NPC, but I've noticed that I think I'm doing it slightly faster by cancelling the flying, because she's really slow. So I'm cancelling the flying and just using gun shoes to jump down and run all the way. So you're gonna see it here in a moment. Unfortunately, you have to wait until you fly up with her, because if you don't do that, you're just gonna get teleported back anyway. So here you go. I jump off the flying, and I'm popping gun shoes and jumping all the way down. I'm doing a bit of parkour here up on the rocks. Not completely flawless though. And here my gun is running out. And I think right here is gonna be a decent time to end this clip. So I turn in this quest and I'm going for the next one. So I'll cancel the video here, and I will see you guys in the next part. Thank you for watching.